What's up, everybody? It's your man's KJ the Great, back dropping another edition of All Sports Media TV. But first, I want to say, I hope and pray everything is great your way. Before we get to it, I apologize for my absence. I was out of town the week prior. I tried to keep up, but had a natural disaster back home. So I had to get things worked out with that. Power was out for almost 4 or 5 days. So I was displaced trying to get things worked out. But now I'm back. And I'm back in my element. And I'm ready to talk my shh. So today, super middleweight champion of the world, undisputed super middleweight champion of the world, Saul Canelo Alvarez, 59 wins, 2 losses, 2 draws, has made it official that he will be making his ring return September 16th. Not against David Benavidez. Not against Dimitri Bivol. Not against Artur Beterbiev, who was also somebody that was mentioned. Not against Badou Jack, who was somebody who was recently mentioned. But against Jermall Charlo. And I know some of y'all are like me and you're like, why is he saying Jermall Charlo like that, like he's just some bum? He's not when he's active. He's not. He's still the WBC middleweight champion. Jermall Charlo is 32 wins, no losses, no draws, 19 wins by way of knockout. I believe that's right. Yeah. So, of all those opponents, he goes with Jermall Charlo. And reports have shown that he's getting paid $30 million for that fight. And I know a lot of y'all are like, man, $30 million, yo, that's a lot of money. It is. I won't front. It is a lot of money. But let's get one thing straight. As I said in the video before, he was offered $45 million plus back-end money to face David Benavidez, who is still by many viewed as one of the best, if not the best, super middleweight in the world. David Benavidez is a former 2-time super middleweight champion, lost his belt on the scale and also due to drug recreational use. Now, a few years back, when Canelo Alvarez was a junior middleweight, Jermall Charlo petitioned to fight him then. It didn't happen. He moved up to 160. Jermall Charlo moved up to 160 and became his mandatory. And it didn't happen. The WBC decided they wanted to franchise Canelo Alvarez at 160. And so he can move up to 168. And instead of fighting David Benavidez, waited until he lost his belt on the scales and recreational use to petition to fight for that belt, and then cleaned out the rest of the fighters. Congratulations. Kudos. He did that all in like a 16-month span. Most fighters don't fight like that today, so I don't knock him for that. But let's get it clear. You're offered upwards of $50 to $60 total million to fight David Benavidez. Yet you choose to fight Jermall Charlo when he has not been active. Jermall Charlo has not fought in 2 years, since 2021, June 10th of 2021, June 19th. He fought Juan Montiel, and a lot of people thought he probably lost that fight, and he didn't look good in that fight. My opinion, I like Jermall Charlo. I think he's a really good fighter, but he didn't look good in that fight. He looked half of himself, I'll say that. He's been out the ring for the past 2 years, dealing with health issues, mental health issues, other personal issues, to say the least. And this is what you go for. A lot of people are saying Canelo Alvarez is one of the greatest Mexican fighters of all time. This don't help that case. The reason the fight with Dimitri Bivol did not go through is because he wanted to go into that fight with the same terms as the last fight. Dimitri Bivol was smart. He's like, hell no. If we're going to go in this, we're going to go in with a new set of terms, and I want to fight you at 168 so that people can stop saying, oh, you dared to be great to come up to 175. Most casual fans don't even remember he went up to 175 and knocked out Sergey Crusher Kovalev. Stopped him at 175. So you're not daring to be great. You're just moving back and forward. So you don't have to fight the best fighters in that current spot. Now you moved up and fought one of the best fighters at light heavyweight this time, and you got outclassed. That fight saw, at best, in my opinion, 10-3, 10-2 in other cards I've seen. You got outclassed. Now you're going to fight Jermall Charlo, and you're probably going to stop him because he hasn't fought in over 2 years. He's going to be rusty. He's not going to look good. Why is this fight happening? It's a clear duck. I don't care what anybody says. It's clear. He's ducking David Benavidez. There's no way around it. You got almost $50 to $60 million on the table to fight David Benavidez. And of course, David Benavidez wasn't going to get paid that. He'd probably get paid, maybe 15, 20 million at most. We don't know. That's what it is. And he probably wouldn't have got any back end money either. You had the A side clearly and all the money coming your way, but you accept a lesser deal to fight Jermall Charlo. And the kicker with this is like, he's fights on DAZN all the time, and you know how DAZN is, and they don't always want to do business with the other side, which is PBC and all that. So you go to the other side to work a deal out to fight for less money. Somebody tell me what's up with that, because it don't sit right with me. There's no way I'm going to accept less money to work harder for the other side and fight a half caliber fighter when I could be fighting David Benavidez, which as of right now can add to that legacy. He beats David Benavidez. There's nothing else nobody can say about him. He could retire right now and be a Hall of Famer, of course. But boom, right then and there. There's nothing nobody can say. He didn't duck on nobody or blah, 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 whatever. But he chose the easier route, the sugar-coated route. Now, maybe he's taking this fight because he wants to ensure a win on Mexican Independence Weekend or, all of that. That's cool. That's fine. But it would have been a bigger fight with two Mexicans going in there. Mexican Ecuadorian fighter and Mexican fighter, whatever. Maybe he's taking that for that reason. Maybe he's taking this so that he can keep himself active and potentially fight in November or December against David Benavidez. Now, don't want to hear nobody saying David Benavidez is ducking Canelo, whatever. Let's get this clear. At the WBC convention, David Benavidez and his team, they petitioned the WBC at the convention, taped it, had them on record saying they are going to uphold the mandatory spot which he holds so that he can fight Canelo Alvarez. But that didn't happen. They did everything but that. So I want y'all to tell me, is this a clear duck move? One of my friends said, oh man, Lions only, he about to get in that ass for Canelo. I'm like, did you forget he ain't fought in 2 years? Me and Jermall Charlo, are the same age. And if I don't go out and practice on putting that ball in the hoop in 2 years, I'm going to be rusty. Same as getting in the boxing ring. He's going to get knocked out. I'll give my final predictions at a later date. But that's all I got for you guys. Hit that like button. Drop that comment for me. Let me know what y'all think. Tell me, is this a duck move? Is this the right move or whatever? But yeah, peace.